Hello, have you seen the movie City Slickers? Very funny movie. There's one scene in it where Curly and Mitch are bringing in the herd, and Curly turns to Mitch to offer him some advice. And he says, "Do you know what the secret of life is?" And Mitch replies, "No, what?" And Curly says, "This." And Mitch says, "Your finger?" And Curly says, No. One thing. Just one thing. You stick to that, and everything else don't mean bleep." And of course Mitch says, "That's great, but what's the one thing?" And Curly responds, "That's what you have to find out." If you haven't seen the video by Professor Stephen Morris, you should Google him. It's a YouTube clip. And in that clip, he lines up 13 dominoes. The first domino is just 5 millimeters tall and 2 millimeters wide. The 13th domino is a meter tall and weighs 50 kilos. And he lines them up and he just tips the first domino, the little 5 millimeter domino, with his tweezer. And one after the dunk, 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 they all fall down. Now, obviously, he has raised up the dominoes against gravity. And the energy that's in the dominoes is that stored potential energy from gravity. But we can do the exact same thing in our thinking. He says that if he had 29 dominoes, his 29th would be as high as the Empire State Building. Gary Keller, in his book The One Thing, he argues that if we can think really, really big, our Empire State Building, and go really, really small, right down to a 5 millimeter domino, if we can line up our dominoes, then all we have to do is whack away at the little domino every day. I said, if we can do that, the moment today makes sense, our life makes sense, and we become unstoppable. Just like Professor Morris, raising the dominoes against gravity, the thinking and planning that we put in, the intellectual effort we put in, is what gives energy to the dominoes. And in his video clip, he says that the amplification between his first domino and his 13th is 2 billion. So he puts in a tiny bit of energy here, and 2 billion times the energy comes out the other end. So, what's the domino effect? 1. Identify your Empire State Building, your big goal. 2. Line up the dominoes to get you there. 3. Every day, review your priorities, review your plan, and whack away at that one domino. Now, this works because success is sequential. It's not simultaneous. It's one thing at a time, over time. The key is to do the right things. Gary Keller, in his book, he says that going small is ignoring all the things you could do and doing the one thing you should do. It's recognizing that not all things matter equally and find the things that matter most. It's realizing that extraordinary results are directly determined by how narrow you can make your focus. When you go as small as possible, you'll be left staring at just one thing. So, identify your Empire State Building, line up your dominoes, and get whacking. Good luck.